Going on my YouTube fam, my Facebook fam. Some blessings to everybody out there. So on Rayshawn today, we're just gonna talk about Cal City a little bit. Well, the whole broadcast is gonna be based off of Cal City. I'll start off, with my little story on how I became a resident of Cal City years and years and years ago. And get into, why I represent Cal City and stand up for Cal City and, got hope for Cal City and things of that nature, and talk about certain events that happen out there. Supposed to be some other people coming up from Cal City. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it or not. But we're supposed to talk about, just maybe things that can make the city better. As far as just unifying and coming together and sharing ideas, you got to start somewhere. And if you just start from an idea, that could go a long ways, along with dedication and motivation, the desire to get something done. But it starts with that. You got to, everything starts with a stepping stone, even if it's just an idea and coming together and talking about different things that could be done around the city. And especially Cal City being a small city, and it shouldn't really be that hard. Well, nowadays, we got the pandemic and stuff, but everybody else is doing everything else. So it wouldn't be that hard to come together as a city in whatever way is necessary or whatever way makes sense. You feel me? What's going on, little Miss Sunshine? Peace and blessings. How you doing? So yeah, that's pretty much everything that's going to be talked about on this live tonight. And hopefully some people come on up, and maybe this could be used in other small cities around the world. And because it's a simple idea of just coming together and just remembering that we all live in a small city, or even any city in general, but mostly it's for, I'm talking in regards to a small city. Remember that we all live in the city and we all raise kids in the city. And so that's the main point right there, is the kids. The kids is the future, and also the future safety of the kids, to make sure that our kids is protected in our city by law enforcement, by school officials, by parents, by other kids, um, just everything in general, to raise our kids in the city, because that's what most people came to Cal City for back in the days, was to work, start a new life, and a safe environment to raise your kids. I know things is a little bit different nowadays, to where most parents don't let their kids outside nowadays. Like back in the days, we used to ride bikes to our friend's house and have to knock on the door to see if you could come outside. And our parents was comfortable with that. Then at the same time, all the parents knew each other, all the kids knew each other. So it wasn't that bad. And now, speaking as far as Cal City, things did change throughout the years, because of course the city became bigger, the population became bigger. So we got more people that's not unified with the people that has been there. And that kind of threw it off balance, which is natural, because the city is gonna grow. We want the city to grow, but we want it to grow right. And it's not really too much to do out there for the kids, and there's really not too much to do out there for the adults, which the adults need something to do too, because when adults get bored, kids get bored, people get bored, like, you know, bad things just tend to happen, whether if it's an accident or on purpose. But so that's like a lot of stuff that needs to be talked about and brought to the table by the community, and bring forth to the city officials. Or we don't even got to go forth to the city officials. We could do things on our own, and however it may go. But the whole point is just talking about it, putting ideas out there, and little things. I'm not talking about, oh, let's just go build a mall, but one thing for sure that Cal City has always been promised was a skate park for the kids. That never happened. It'd be, little things like that really don't cost that much money, that we could push the issue to get done. which just makes the whole environment better, the whole community better if we come together and act like we care about where the hell we live and reside at. Especially with this pandemic going on and people then lost the touch of a lot of things in reality. It's a perfect time to come back together and reunify and get things going on like that. Hey, what's going on, Cali Khan? And the reason why I care so much, let me tell y'all this story for those that don't know. I've been a resident of California City since 1995 down there. And hold on real quick, you guys. All right, you guys. Yeah, my bad about that. Hey, how's it going, Pam? Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in and supporting the channel. If you over there on Facebook, make sure to come over here to YouTube and at least subscribe and hit the thumbs up, to help build the channel and help spread awareness on the certain things that I talk about, which is usually spreading awareness on different things. And but yeah, so back to what I was saying about me, caring about California City so much is because I've been out there for a long time. And the things that's been taking place in Cal City lately, it seems like, Cal City is a bad city, but look, it ain't the best city in the world. It is bad things that happen. But on a scale of these things that's been happening lately, which could, it could happen anywhere. It usually didn't happen in California City, man. And like I said earlier, it's a place to, where people came to raise their kids. Where I was raised at, along with other kids that came from Los Angeles, Long Beach, Compton, came up to this small desert city, which that's what made it pretty diverse. Like one of the only cities outside of Bakersfield, of course, but down going east to East Kern, Cal City is one of the most diverse cities that's closest to LA County, coming out of Lancaster going into Roseman. So Lancaster going, towards Cal City, Lancaster is where LA County ends. And then you got Roseman, which is not really too diverse. And I'm saying this as far as black folks. There's other races there, but that don't make it diverse if ain't no black people there. And you feel me? You missing races. So look, hope you understand what I'm saying. Roseman, that's the beginning of Kern County. It's not really too diverse. Little small city. Then you got Mojave, same thing. Then to the right, you got Cal City, which is diverse. Then you got Tehachapi, which is not diverse. Then Ridgecrest, Boron, like all the surrounding cities is not like Cal City. So Cal City is something different, man. And I mean, I don't know if you guys understand me because you're looking from the outside in, but I'm speaking from a person that's been there over 20 years and, able to tell this history and know what's really going on around this city. So that's why, a lot of people stayed in Cal City and they met good people in Cal City, met friends in Cal City, and that's another reason why my mother wanted, why we moved out of Long Beach. She didn't want us being in gangs and stuff, but she wanted to stay settled in the cool little place to where, she's not moving their kids all over the place, so we could meet friends and we could, keep our friends throughout school and until we become an adult and we got them, them childhood friends. So I'm glad she did that because I met a lot of great people out of California City, man. And um, They used to say it was a curse on Cal City. Once you leave, I mean, wait, how'd it go? Trying to think. You always will come back. What'd you say? Once you leave, you always come back. Yeah, once you leave, you always come back. Something in regards to that. And that was true. Like people will leave, and people will come back. But why do people come back to a place? Because it's home. It's some type of love there, some type of, something that makes you come back. Yeah, you could say Cal City is cursed if you want, but are you from around the area or what? The whole world is cursed if you ask me. But I'm just speaking positivity, um, because it is positivity out there. So it's not just fully cursed like that. But what type of curse you talking about? I really don't know. But you could, you got a voice. You could. Why do you feel Cal City is cursed? I want to hear your story on why you feel Cal City is cursed. Basically, disregarding all the positive things that I'm saying about California City. Already stated, it's not the most perfect city. I'm not trying to sit here and put that narrative on Cal City. Then also at the same time, it's still people that live out there, good people. I got family out there that lives a good life. They work, take care of their children, they own their houses, own their vehicles, and that's all they do is family stuff, and they ain't got no issues. It's still people worth to stand up for out there. That's the problem, that some people just give up so quick, and so quick to be so negative. You know what I mean? And not want to build. And all right, it's cursed. How can we break the curse? It's plenty of ways to go around it. It's called faith, and I mean, but yeah, I want to hear your side of the story on why you think Cal City is cursed. I know you probably heard a lot of bad stuff, but you got to pay attention to the good things too, and the possibilities and the potential that's out there. Because me growing up out there, it was a lot of talented kids. When we used to play sports, we was talented kids that did music, kids that did all type of stuff. Some people made it out, some people didn't make it out. You know what I mean? But it was a lot of great people out there, especially as kids, the future. And that's, what I'm talking about right there is what are we going to do now to keep that legacy going? Because it is a population of 15,000 people. It's not that big, but that is a lot of families and a lot of kids that's staying there and that's planning on staying there, regardless of what. And so something got to get put forth to break that so-called curse. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that's the thing. I know it looks bad because look, the whole world has their eyes on California City since Trezell and Jaqueline reported Classic and Cincere missing. And then all the other events would just started to happen. Y'all got to understand this. It's just few things that happened prior, but it's, things happen in every city, man. You feel me? But now that the world has their eyes on Cal City, is magnified to all the bad stuff. People is forgetting about people that live there, people the future, the kids, is we just give up and just forget. No, we got to correct that shit. We got to make sure law enforcement is doing their job. We got to, and not just people that work for the city, people like me that grew up in the city that I ain't got no connection to the city or no city official. I'll do everything on my own because I have a voice for me, for my peoples, and for the city. And I choose to do this not by myself, but my own decision because ain't nobody else gonna do it. You said the boys case did it for you. I mean, but okay, so that's not a solid reason because we don't even know if this took place in California City. And first of all, them people is not from California City. So you should know the case. They came from Bakersfield. And so I don't, I mean, I understand, people gonna put that on Cal City. A lot of people is gonna put it on Cal City. That's the story where it came from. And that little story, not little story, I didn't mean to say that, but that story right there, with the boys is, with, oh, it's crazy. But it's understandable, at the end of the day, you feel me? And that's something that a lot of people got to move on from. This the city's very affected by it. A lot of people is affected by it. The city is still affected by it. But yeah, so at the same time, it's things, situations like that to where that's what's making us come together more and more people stand up, man, to fix all the little corrections and any little thing, you know what I mean? Yeah, I understand, not just the boys' case. It's been, I already stated that earlier. It's a lot of stuff that happened after the boys' case. You know what I mean? And I be feeling my certain ways about Cal City too. But still, it's it's um it's still, things that could be done, and it's things that's gonna be done. People is gonna come together and patch, try to patch everything up, and even stuff that's not gonna be able to get patched up. Still, it's still something that needs to be set forth for the future. And I'm talking about for the kids out there to make it a better environment, and for the adults too. Well, me on my end, I always really, Cal City was always a cool place for me, man. Me on my end, I like space, I like peace, and a little bit of freedom. I used to like to ride dirt bikes and just be able to do things as a teen and go ride my dirt bike with my friends and growing up had a lot of friends. We used to be thick out there, whole bunch of kids doing all type of activities and having fun, not really have to worry about certain things. And we need to kind of take it back to them days, but better. Which I'm not saying is probably possible in these times, but is ways to make things happen. But it's not just about building the city too. It's about making sure things is tightening up in the city with these situations. Feel me? Going to the situation with the little boy, the 9-year-old boy that was left on the bus for 4 hours by school officials, standing up for things like that, making sure it's a voice for them to be heard, to because nobody would have really knew about that. I didn't even know about it until the family contacted me to get that story out there for help. So those are the type of things that need to be done to help tighten up, everything in this city. People standing up to be heard, to let this city know that we do care, that we are humans, that we do need to be protected, that we need to be recognized. We're not just no slaves out here. We're not just no robots. We is human beings. So yeah, this city not perfect. It's a lot of stuff, especially with city officials. Probably a lot of corruption. There's corruption everywhere. But what can the community do? Like, what can we do to um better that, to come together? Hey, Gene, are you from the area? Because actually, Cal City used to be more ratchet back in the days. It calmed down a lot in regards to adults and the things adults used to do. It's a little ratchet, but it's not as bad as it used to be. And the driving part, I don't. It's not too many accidents. Maybe you thinking of Lancaster, the AV or something. I don't know, man. Hold on real quick, you guys. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate it for the support. Just trying to, speak some positivity, man, into the city because of all this negative stuff that's been going on. And a lot of the reason why a lot of this negative stuff is going on because ain't nobody putting no positivity out there. Ain't nobody standing up. Got to start from somewhere. It can start from one person, two people. One person stand up, other people follow. You never know. And that's me being like, the person who I am and being from Cal City, I'm gonna do that. Or at least try. I ain't asking for too much. All right, y'all, I'm back. Hey, what's going on, Black Queen? How you doing? Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. I don't know what happened to the people that was supposed to come up. I know I'm kind of did a late live stream, so maybe that's the reason. But you guys feel what I'm saying? Know what you guys think about what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, hanging in there, one day at a time. Trying to keep them positive vibes going. You feel me? But yeah, though, man, for my California City residents that may be listening or tuned in or may hear this in the future, just think about that. I'm gonna be linking up with some more people, and I already linked up with some people. Been talking to some people in the background. Um, a couple people that's doing great things for the cities, and I mean, great things for the city, trying to do things for the kids. Because it's like if we don't do that, it ain't gonna be nothing but trouble. These kids gonna be bored. These people gonna be bored. And it's not even just about that, it's all this stuff going on with the pandemic, but they got all this virtual stuff. You don't even gotta come out the house to get unified with people and to make activities still happen. You do things over the internet. The whole part is communication, as a community. That's the whole point of being a community. But we gotta create one first. Just because we in the city don't mean we a community. If ain't nobody don't even know each other no more, not even speaking, that not even caring. You then wonder why little things happen, little mistakes happen, and we don't get heard, or it's not talked about, or the police don't care that much because nobody cares. But expect the police to care, or expect this person to care. Like we got to care first. And just remember, y'all, everybody got a home. And shit, I'm glad to call Cal City home. Just based off not the material shit, not what's there, not because it don't have a Walmart, not because of this or that. It's just because of I met a lot of great people there, and it's a lot of great people that come out of Cal City, and it has always been like that. Like I said, it's a real diverse city. A lot of people come from Los Angeles. It's like really a lot of the culture out there. For those that know what the culture is, so yeah, man, it's a lot of reasons, but I done seen a lot of things happen out there, man. I done seen people, like I said, I done seen people make it out. I seen people not make it out through drugs, violence, whatever the case may be. Um, Going to jail, catching cases. That's the reality of life. But the thing is, it's bigger than that. It's about love, people. And speaking on that, that's the things that we want to try to prevent is how, the ones that didn't make it. Because at the same time, when I was growing up in Cal City, transitioning into a man, it was kind of hard, because it wasn't really too much to do. Still ain't really too much to do. I was just active and just used to do my own. Like I kept myself busy. I used to work. I got in trouble at a young age, so I learned my lesson. I live and I learn. And I was able to work out there, create a business out there, make lots of money doing roofing. It's good people out there that support workers. Like you could really go out there and start a business, and as long as you do good, you get word of mouth, and shit, you straight. Be consistent, be on time. People support that out there. You got people that work. You got people that come from the Air Force Base. You got retired folks, and and they love seeing that, man. Um, they love them loyal services out there. But yeah, that's just a little history on Cal City. Look, I mean, it's a lot of things that I wanted to say tonight, but just basically just talk about Cal City in general. There may be people out there that may want to ask some questions, or just may want to hear from somebody that really lived out there so long to see what it's really about, besides just going off of what you see from the outside looking in. You know what I mean? Oh, shoot. Getting a little tired, y'all. Yeah, so anybody out there got anything they want to say? Once again, if you over there on Facebook, you can watch from over there, but I just could not see your comments. Hey, what's up, Timothy? Thank you. I appreciate it. Just trying to keep it 100 about the situation in hand. Hold on real quick, guys. I'll be right back. All right, fam. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so we got 4 people tuned in this thing on YouTube. Um, Go ahead and drop a 100 real quick if you're watching this thing, so I can make sure y'all listening and paying attention. And at the same time, you guys, it might be a long shot, may not be. Like I said, I ain't really asking for too much. I ain't really asking for nothing. I'm just spreading the message on how I feel and the things that's occurring. People gonna step up eventually and join, and it might be something small, but it matters. It counts. Even if people just unify and got each other's number and talk to each other, hey, that's a start right there. All about bringing back the community, which with all this stuff going on, it's actually a perfect time to do these things because of the darkness and the negativity. You always got to make something positive out of something negative. You know what I mean? And like I stated earlier, people might feel what they feel about Cal City. People might not like the vibes when they go to Cal City. A lot of people don't. You're not really supposed to or obligated to, especially if you're not from there. You know what I mean? But you got to also keep in mind that it is people from there, that it is people that still live there and also got loved ones there. A lot of people left the city, but they still got their mother there, or family members there, grandpa, uncles, whatever the case may be. Human beings in general. And I don't know, what the world thinks, but it is people out there living a decent life, got their family out there and do what they do. They ain't got no issues. You know what I mean? But that's the people. Now, when it comes to city officials, I can't really, stand too much on that because that's where we got to bridge that gap at. I'm saying that, like, that's part of the problem. But you just got to understand what I'm saying. I'm jumping back and forth, and but pay attention to what I'm saying because it still is issues out there that need to be handled, just like in every other city. And every other city is different. Everywhere is different. Everybody got their own different politics, their own different people, um, whatever the case may be. So it's like, what's next? Where them comments at? I don't see no comments, y'all. Unless my phone tripping. Nah, I don't think it's my phone. You also got to look at the great things that was done in Cal City with the negative stuff. Like, going back to December 21st in regards to Classic and Cincere case, how many people came out and volunteered and helped look for the boys. And that's the good end of the community, the good folks that's out there, the people that deserve to have a voice that people need to stand up fight for them and their family at home and their kids, you know what I mean? And continuing into what happened to Desiree Thompson, which came out the boys' case, which is just, people standing up. Hey, what's going on, Teals Nini? All right, cool. Yeah, I appreciate the comment. Just wanted to make sure some folks was up in here, and also the things that we doing behind the scenes for the 9-year-old boy that was left on the bus. So that's the community. Which without certain things like this, it wouldn't be no voice. Uh, So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of good things, man, that we're gonna make happen in this city. Oh yeah, that man right there. Sad story with him. He's a whole disgrace to the whole kids. Man. Yeah, there's really no telling what that man doing, what he knows. He just need to stop doing what he's doing because he's not really doing no good for nothing. And he down for sure ain't giving back for nothing. I don't even see his whole purpose. Well, I see his whole purpose. His name is Blood Money, so that's self-explanatory. And also in regards to that, man, shout out to all my folks from Cal City that defended me in the beginning of that situation because they already knew, that goes into regards of everybody knowing each other because we all grew up together. And as soon as that rumor came out on the internet about me that he had put out, everybody already knew it was false information. And it's a lot of people that came to my end in the city that knew me and said what they had to say on my Facebook page would kind of let the world know the truth, which was not cool at all because you know, just think if it would have went the other way and people really would have thought that. And then he didn't put that jacket on me for nothing. Well, you gotta watch what you just jump to on this internet, especially in this profession of advocating and reporting, YouTubing, creating content, whatever the case may be. Hey Jennifer Nobles, how you doing? Peace and blessings. Hope all is well with you. We just in here just talking about Cal City, man. That's pretty much it. I'm about to pretty much wrap it up in a few minutes. And once again, for all my Cal City folks out there, um, just listen to what I said and keep it in consideration, and just look out for the future things that's going to happen, in regards to bringing back this community or even just building the community in general. And then feel free to you could inbox me or email me, whatever the case may be, if you want to further know what's going on and what's going on behind the scenes. And also, like I said, it's a lot of great things. I'm linking up with some people from California City from the NAACP. Uh, it's different people, different residents, people that's been out there, people that really care for the city and care for the future of the city, and to get over this patch bump, all this stuff that's going on. Because we have to, it's no choice because of, like I said, it's still people out there raising their families. That's all that matters, the people that's still there. Even though I'm not there no more, but I got a family out there. My mother lives out there. I'm from there. I got a lot of loved ones and friends out there that I grew up with that's there, that's home. That's still somebody's home. He said John is finished on Thursday. Uh, oh yeah, I heard he was resigning and stuff. Which I mean, he solved two cases, so I guess he went out on a good bang. And on top of going, I just know he did a lot for the city, man, in this couple of years. I think it's only been what 3 years, 2 years. I don't got nothing bad to say about him. I never really did. Honestly, I never had nothing bad to say about him. Um, we was out there searching for the boys at the Greenstone event, and I was like, hey, Mr. Walker, how you doing? We was all the way in the desert, like walking past each other. I actually got it on some on YouTube, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? He like, he just looked at me in my eyes. He was like, man, just trying to find these boys, trying our best. And he just kept it pushing. And he always came out to all the events in California City. Besides the last one, which maybe because he's gonna resign or whatever, I don't know, but he usually always popped up. Well, I've seen him pop up a couple times, more than enough. That's what really caught my attention about him. Like, damn, he kept showing this support and basically letting the community know that he was there. Communication, which is like, part of the main thing that I'm talking about tonight is because that's where it starts from. And we can start from there, communication and with everybody, the community and the, city officials. But we got to start with the community first. We got to show them that is we care out here as people, that it is actually a community, not just a city of people that just, well, yeah. So man, shout out to him, for the just, just on the fact for the two cases that, he was involved in. Shout out to everybody else that's involved. Because, it's not just the chief, it's everybody else. But, he's a chief. You feel me? He got to run the program with the police. And, so we got to give his credit to. And let me see. It was one more thing I think I wanted to say. But if not, I think that's about it, you guys. Gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Just wanted to get that message out there, get that motivation out there, a little bit of positivity, wake some people up. You know what I mean? And hopefully, I penetrated something on somebody's mind, man, to join forces and just make it happen. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my email and my Facebook in the description for anybody that wants to contact me in regards. Well, you could contact me on whatever, but right now on what I'm talking about in regards to this plan that we got set for California City. We're gonna have our own council meetings and all that shit right here. You feel me? As a community, I gotta, most of these people that I'm dealing with in the background, they don't really know how to work the, get on the stream yard and do all that. So I gotta link up with them and, show them what to do and how to do this. They're gonna start coming up, speaking about different things, and it's gonna get bigger. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. It's very, very, very appreciated. I wonder. I heard rumors of Hightower being the new chief. I mean, that'd be cool. Been an officer that's been out there for years. I think he cares too about the community. He ain't too much of an asshole, you know. That's what I'll be looking forward into a cop. That's what I like. I look at how they interact with the community. If you out here being an asshole to the community, cussing people out, beating people, and just harassing people, then I don't like them type of police. I like the cool ones that's here to do their job, man. Yeah, I really don't fuck with nobody unless it's necessary, and they got to do their job and do what they do. But for the most part, you got a lot of cops that abuse their authority and fuck up shit within the community. We got to weed that shit out the city too. Which for the most part, it's been pretty cool. It's been like one or two asshole officers out there. I think one of them calmed down a little bit. Most people probably know who I'm talking about. If they hear this message, they already know. I actually got a video. Ooh, if I was petty, I got this video, boy. Yeah, but we ain't gonna go there though. We gonna keep it positive. But at the same time, it's gonna get released eventually because people got to be held accountable for their actions and get the fuck up out of here. So on that note, let me go ahead and drop this disclaimer, just in case you feel me. Somebody feel offended. People be trying to find their way to
Copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair.
Yo, what's good, my YouTube fam? So on that note, I must say, anything said about any person or persons in this content are not proven facts. Information in this content is based off of opinions and allegations. Allegedly. You know the internet's favorite word, allegedly. Allegedly. Well, let's get it.
So yeah, we got that out the way. Anybody else got something to say before we exit up out this thing? And I just want to, man, prayers out to everybody out there, um, all across the world. A lot of people I know is going through a lot of tragic events. Very, very tragic. California City alone has been taking losses after losses. Not just within the city, but people that's from Cal City that may have moved out the city or whatever, and known, that's their home, but has lost their life to whatever reason. It's just been back to back losses and different types of deaths, from suicide, car accidents, just random stuff. There hasn't been nobody that has been murdered out here in the last year or two. I think it's been that's reported, that we're aware of. Nobody has been murdered out there in a cool minute. But yeah, man, prayers though, and prayers for everybody else. Prayers for everybody in the boys' case. Because a lot of them people have been going through a lot. Prayers for Keish all day. She just buried her auntie. Prayers for Ro. She just lost her mama. Prayers for everybody else out there that went through any tragedies, man. Prayers for the homegirl Sade family, which was a big supporter on my channel. Very interested in the boys' case. I guess there was some people say obsessed, when you, but she was very, dedicated to that, man, and she passed away. Prayers for my children and their mother. They, we lost a great friend, her stepdad, in a car accident. He's been a legend out of California City for years, man. Great man. Also, on that note, for those that want to donate to that cause, The family does have a GoFundMe set up, so I will put that in the description. Um, they're still trying to come up with the burial fees. Unfortunately, somebody had broken his house after his demise and robbed him for his possessions that could have been valuable and put forth to, burying this man. But yeah, man, got some evil people out there. So yeah, it's a lot of prayers that's needed. It is a dark cloud over Cal City right now. It may be cursed, whatever the case may be. But send them prayers, man. Send that support, send that love. Peace and blessings, y'all. I'm out. Right, Sean, keep it 100.